Rage tonight. How did he kill himself? Behind seen on the gurney at the hospital shortly after. This all comes weeks after a suspected suicide attempt. How was he not being watched? The attorney general responding tonight. The new arrest tonight after the mass shooting in Dayton. The gunman's friend now facing charges tonight. Authorities say the friend bought the body armor and the magazine used with the rifle. The daycare tragedy, 5 children killed in a fire, and the father, who was a firefighter, who was answering another emergency call. The severe storm threat right now as we come on, reported tornadoes, flash flooding, giant hail, and now tomorrow from Nashville all the way up to New York. Ginger Z standing by with the timing. Spying in the plane bathroom, the hidden camera found on a United Airlines flight. The passenger now facing charges tonight and how they caught him. The mystery explosion at a Russian missile facility, at least 7 people dead. At first, the Russians said no radiation. Tonight, what they now acknowledge. Why U.S. authorities are so concerned. Is it another Flint, the major American city tonight where filters are failing the test, lead in the water, authorities demanding water bottles? The consumer alert tonight, the produce recall. Simone Biles and her magic, the feat never seen before. And America Strong, the dad, the surprise, and the superstar he had no idea was standing right behind him.
This is ABC World News Tonight with David Muir.
Good evening, and it's great to be back with all of you at home. And we do begin tonight with the raid today. Our cameras there at Jeffrey Epstein's private island. And it all comes, of course, as outrage grows tonight. Why wasn't anyone watching Epstein in jail? How was he allowed to take his own life? This is the moment they arrived at the hospital here in New York City. They were trying to revive him. He tried to take his own life just weeks ago, an apparent suicide attempt then. And tonight, Attorney General William Barr saying he is, quote, appalled that this happened at a federal jail. Today, those images coming in, the FBI, the NYPD were seen at Epstein's private Caribbean island. And tonight, why was Epstein taken off suicide watch? What now for the women who want justice? And will any of Epstein's associates still face possible charges? ABC's Tom Llamas leads us off.
Today, ABC News right there as the FBI and NYPD raided Jeffrey Epstein's private island in the Caribbean. A task force from the Southern District of New York, the same group that arrested Epstein, searching for new evidence. And now questions into his suicide growing. ABC News learning it's unlikely there's surveillance video showing the moment he died. This image taken moments after he was found in his cell. Emergency crews trying to revive Epstein. Earlier today, U.S. Attorney General William Barr saying he's appalled by the failure of the jail staff.
We are now learning of serious irregularities at this facility that are deeply concerning and demand a thorough investigation.
A source telling ABC News guards at the Metropolitan Correctional Center broke protocol by not checking on him every 30 minutes. And Epstein was taken off suicide watch just 6 days after being found unresponsive with marks on his neck.
What the guards do and what they're supposed to do are almost always 2 different things.
The 66-year-old was awaiting trial for sex trafficking minors and conspiracy, facing the rest of his life in prison if convicted. Some of his accusers feel cheated. Michelle Licata accused Epstein of sexually abusing her when she was just 16.
I really wanted justice. I really wanted him to take up for what he did and to be put in jail or prison and have to sit there and think about what it is he exactly did to so many people.
The disgraced financier's death coming less than 24 hours after 2,000 pages of new bombshell court documents were made public. Those documents, part of Virginia Roberts Giuffre's now settled 2015 defamation suit against Ghislaine Maxwell, a longtime Epstein associate. In deposition testimony, Giuffre says that Maxwell recruited her to be a teenage sex slave to Epstein.
The training started immediately. Give Jeffrey what he wants. A lot of this training came from Ghislaine herself.
Giuffre also claims Epstein and Maxwell directed her to have sex with powerful men, including Prince Andrew, former New Mexico Governor Bill Richardson, and former Maine Senator George Mitchell. All of the men have denied those allegations. Richardson and Mitchell say they never even met her.
Before you know it, I'm being lent out to politicians and to academics and to people royalty.
Maxwell has not been charged with a crime and denies Giuffre's allegations. But sources tell ABC News in today's raid, authorities looking for evidence that would connect to her and others in Epstein's inner circle.
Any co-conspirators should not rest easy. The victims deserve justice, and they will get it.
And Tom Llamas with us live outside the jail where Epstein killed himself. And Tom, you mentioned he had been taken off suicide watch. And tonight, a source is telling ABC News that that decision was at least in part at the urging of Epstein's attorneys.
That's right, David. His defense attorneys argued that he be taken off the suicide watch list. We're also told that Epstein underwent at least more than one psychological evaluation. And even though Attorney General Barr was outraged today, we're told his deputy attorney general was informed Epstein was coming off the suicide watch list. David?
Tom Llamas leading us off again tonight. Tom, thank you. There is also new reporting tonight after the mass shooting in Dayton. Tonight, news of an arrest. A friend of the mass shooter has now been charged. Ethan Colley told investigators he bought the body armor and ammunition, the magazine Connor Betts used in that deadly attack. But that friend contends tonight he knew nothing about the attack. Here's ABC's Eva Pilgrim.
Tonight, federal authorities say a man who allegedly helped Connor Betts could face 15 years in prison. Prosecutors say Betts' friend Ethan Colley purchased the body armor Betts is seen wearing during the shooting. Colley also allegedly purchased and stored this 100-round ammunition drum and a component for Betts' gun.
Colley indicated that he purchased these items for Betts and stored them at Colley's residence in order to assist Betts in hiding the items from Betts' parents.
Officials say there's no indication that Colley knew Betts' plans, but the charges Colley is now facing unrelated to the mass shooting for lying on a federal gun form when he purchased his own gun. While he denied using drugs at the time, investigators say they found he was growing psychedelic mushrooms in his home, and he admitted to being a regular marijuana user.
Not only is possessing controlled substances illegal, but possessing controlled substances and possessing a firearm is itself a crime.
And David, as investigators continue to search for a motive, we're told they have unlocked Betts' cell phone and are now analyzing that information in hopes of finding some clues. David.
All right, Eva Pilgrim, who was in Ohio for us all last week. Eva, thank you. Now to the daycare family tragedy under investigation in Erie, Pennsylvania tonight. 5 children were killed when an in-home daycare caught fire. 3 of the dead were children of a firefighter who was actually answering another emergency call at the time. The home had several floors, but authorities say only one smoke detector in the attic. Here's ABC's Steve Osunsami.
This image of a burning stroller from the scene of this fire underlines the tragedy here.
They reported 5 children trapped on the 2nd floor.
The home that burned to the ground in Erie, Pennsylvania was a licensed daycare, and those 5 children who were trapped all died. 2 teenage boys had to be hospitalized when they jumped off the roof to escape. Investigators tonight suspect the fire was caused by something electrical.
There was a lot of extension cords underneath the couch. A lot of different items were plugged into it. So it's leading towards that.
Neighbors tried to help but couldn't.
I got low. I tried to go inside. I made it to the open living room and I couldn't go any further.
The youngest killed was just 9 months, the oldest 8 years old. One of the children who died belonged to the daycare's owner. 4 of the children were brothers and sisters, and 3 of them were the children of a volunteer firefighter who was out this same night responding to a fire alarm call just a few blocks away when he learned his children were killed. The fire chief says there was one smoke detector in the house, and it was in the attic, where it did nothing to protect anyone. David?
All right, Steve, thank you. We're also following severe weather on this Monday night. More than 60 million Americans in the path tonight and tomorrow, from the Midwest all the way to the East Coast. Tomorrow, in fact, from Nashville all the way up to New York. The same system already spawning this funnel cloud in Ray, Colorado, and more than 12 reported tornadoes from the Rockies to the Plains and in Granite City, Illinois. This is near St. Louis tonight. Neighborhoods and roads underwater after heavy rain there. All of it, as I mentioned, heading east. Chief Meteorologist Ginger Zee doing double duty this week right along with me. Ginger, give us the track.
David, we do have some late initiation of storms, and what that's going to mean to you is a lot of rain for places like Chicago over to northwest Indiana, southwest Michigan, looking for 2 to 4 inches of rain possible there, and even still some damaging wind possible in central Illinois over to Indianapolis. Now, some of this is going to happen overnight with this storm that's going to blow through, and you can see it there on our Futurecast. Cincinnati gets it early morning, West Virginia gets it, and then the atmosphere stabilizes, then destabilizes again along the cold front from Nashville to New York City. You can see damaging wind. Delaware, Maryland, Virginia, West Virginia, and New Jersey. Parts of Philadelphia have to be out on the lookout for severe storms tomorrow. Finally, excessive heat warnings. We're talking about numbers approaching 110. Corpus Christi, David, has been above average every day this month.
Ginger Z, we'll see you in the morning on GMA. Thank you, Ginger. Next to the water crisis unfolding in yet another American city tonight, filters are failing the test, lead in the water. And now the EPA tonight is warning the people of Newark, New Jersey not to drink the water because the lead levels are too high. ABC's Adrienne Bankert on the newest case, echoing Flint.
Starting today, thousands of bottles of water were handed out to residents of Newark, New Jersey after new tests showed dangerous levels of lead in the water of a number of homes.
Mothers who are nursing, cooking, sure, people are concerned as to what to do.
Last fall, the city gave away 40,000 water filters, but a few of those homes were rechecked for lead just days ago, and the levels were still too high. And the EPA is pressing the city to give out bottled water, writing, "We are unable at this time to assure residents that their health is fully protected."
We just need all the lead lines replaced. We don't need them replaced 8 years from now. We need them replaced as of yesterday.
And some residents, including community activists, have long accused city officials of downplaying the problem.
It's wrong. And something should be done about this. This has been going on for a while, and they've been covering it up, and nobody did do nothing about it.
David, the mayor here has been using the hashtag Newark isn't Flint for quite some time now, and the city is strongly encouraging people to run their water to help clear the pipes. David?
All right, we're going to stay on this. Adrienne, thank you. Next tonight, the Trump administration announcing new rules for legal immigration, making it more difficult to get a green card. And if an applicant has used public assistance or if there are indicators they someday might qualify for it. ABC's Kira Phillips at the White House tonight.
Tonight, the Trump administration announcing restrictions to legal immigration, new rules that will make it harder for immigrants who could rely on public assistance to get green cards.
Throughout our history, self-reliance has been a core principle in America.
Approximately 500,000 people apply annually for green cards, and now the large majority are at risk of being denied under these new standards. Federal law already requires applicants to show they won't be a burden to the United States. But now the Trump administration says immigrants who receive or even qualify to receive certain government benefits like Medicaid, food stamps, or government housing assistance could be deemed too burdensome. There are some exceptions, though. For example, those utilizing children's health insurance and disaster relief programs would not be disqualified. The new regulations will not apply to asylum seekers or refugees. The president has been pushing what he calls a merit-based immigration system, but that proposal went nowhere in Congress.
To protect benefits for American citizens, immigrants must be financially self-sufficient.
According to an Associated Press analysis, non-citizen immigrants make up only 6.5% of those participating in Medicaid and 8.8% of those receiving food assistance.
Critics are saying this policy is unfairly targeting the lower income immigrants. How do you respond to that?
Well, we certainly expect people of any income to be able to stand on their own 2 feet. And so if people are not able to be self-sufficient, then this negative factor is going to bear very heavily against them.
And Kira Phillips with us live at the White House tonight. Kira, this new rule is set to go into effect in mid-October. We know the reaction tonight from Democrats and immigration rights groups has been swift, and you're hearing that there will be legal challenges?
That's right, David. We're now learning of several budding lawsuits, actually. The National Immigration Law Center calling this new rule, quote, racially motivated, announcing it will file a lawsuit challenging it. And now ABC has learned that California's Attorney General says that the rule is the latest attack on families in color, and that he is, quote, ready to take legal action. David?
Kira Phillips on a Monday night. Kira, thank you. The Trump administration has also announced a major overhaul of the Endangered Species Act. The new rules weaken protections for threatened species and make it harder to consider the effects of climate change on wildlife. These changes could clear the way for new mining, oil, and gas drilling. Legal challenges are expected on this front as well. Next tonight, to the mysterious and deadly blast at a top-secret military facility in Russia. At first, Russia said there was no radiation. But what Russian officials are now admitting to tonight and why U.S. authorities are so concerned. Here's ABC senior foreign correspondent Ian Pannell now.
Tonight, the first images of the victims of that suspected nuclear-powered missile explosion off the northern coast of Russia. Thousands turning out for the funeral of the 5 nuclear scientists killed along with 2 defense personnel who are being hailed as heroes. The government initially denying there'd been a rise in radiation levels locally, but today admitted